Hello students, and welcome to this video looking at the advantages and disadvantages of unemployment. Remember, on our previous video we're looking at the causes of unemployment. So let's get started. So we need to know that it is important that you know that whenever you're writing an argumentative essay, you might have to outline the potential advantages of unemployment and the overall consensus that unemployment is detrimental to individual and society as a whole. So we might have certain disadvantages of unemployment which affects the individual and certain disadvantages of unemployment which affect the whole society. Look at like individual cause like loss of income. When you look at society, you're talking about higher crime rates. So this is where you have to know that you have to know that there's a difference between individual cost and societal cost as a whole. Nevertheless, let's explore the advantages and disadvantages. So let's get going. So we have the first advantage of unemployment where we talk about the time for skill development. So we are saying that when you are an unemployed individual, you might have the opportunity for you to invest in time acquiring new skills. This is whereby you actually have to do maybe you want to acquire certain new skill, you go and pursue education or engage in training programs to enhance uh, their employability. So we're trying to say that this is the time that you could take that to invest in yourself, to add value in yourself, that you become much more employable into the future. So this is another advantage of having at being unemployed, whereby you are allocating that time now for skill development, which is going to increase your chances of gaining more income in the future. And then we have rest and rejuvenation, because we look at the issue that when you are unemployed, it actually is time to rest because you're looking at an individual being an asset of an organization. Which means when you're now unemployed, you're no longer working around the clock, that 9 to 5 work schedule, you no longer have that kind of schedule. So some argue that unemployment provides individuals with a break from stress of work, allowing them to focus on personal well-being, allow them also to rest, and also talk about rejuvenation. So it's very important that you're going to have more time for yourself. Maybe this is whereby you actually going to have back in a journey of personal well-being, personal growth, whereby the time you just resting your body and enjoying uh, the the time of you being alone, not having anything stressing on your life. Then we have entrepreneurship opportunities, because we are saying that some others entrepreneurs that we celebrate today actually try to be employed, or the ones unemployed, the ones employed when they were now unemployed and they started their own businesses. The likes of Elon Musk, the likes of Warren Buffett, and the likes of Bill Gates. We're looking at the example of Elon Musk. He actually tried to be hired for a job, then he was neglected. That's when he pursued entrepreneurship. So you're saying that unemployment might prompt some individuals to explore entrepreneurial ventures, turning job losses into an opportunity to start a business. Because most of the people who actually applied for jobs, look at Jack Ma, he was rejected from many job opportunities. That now is the owner of Alibaba. So this is the idea of you pursuing entrepreneurship opportunities. You actually find an opportunity in the market that it did penetrate by actually offering to sell products online. That is the biggest business right now, Alibaba, which is in competition with Amazon. Then let's look at the disadvantages of unemployment. So we are talking about unemployment itself, whereby you don't have an income stream, will lead to what you call financial strain. The most significant drawback is the financial strain on individuals and families, whereby you don't have enough money to sustain your lives, which means you're talking about unemployment leading to loss of income, which means if you don't have an income, that reduces your purchasing power, affecting the ability for you to meet even the basic needs and maintain a reasonable quality of life is going to be very difficult because you no longer have an income stream. Then we have mental and physical health impact. This is a huge issue that has been highly debated. The idea that if you are now being prolonged unemployed, is being unemployed for a very long period of time, you're going to contribute to stress, anxiety, depression, and other mental issues that might arise because you're someone who's now no longer productive in the world, no longer productive in your own country, you're not contributing anything. So this can lead to adverse physical health outcomes due to stress associated with financial instability, because right now you have bills that need to be paid. If you don't have the money because you are not working, you are being unemployed. So that becomes a difficult situation that you for you to be in that kind of situation. Then we have skill erosion. This is whereby we are looking at the issue of how dynamic the world is now being. The idea that the longer someone is unemployed, the more their skills might erode. The idea that you won't be applicable for any job vacant that might come. This makes this a challenge to re-enter the job market because already uh, you no longer have that particular skill set that you have certain years before, especially if they have been technological advancement or industry change during the period of unemployment. That's the huge issue by having robots that are coming in. You look in AI system that is coming in to erode the value of skills that certain people possess. This is the issue of human risk being eroded. This is contributing to the overall unemployment. Then we have social consequences. So we tend to have this issue that arises in society whereby you are someone who's not being unemployed, you're always there in society, you don't do anything. People start to distance themselves from you. So this might lead to social isolation whereby a sense of exclusion impacts on individual self-esteem relationship whereby you end up being stuck because you don't have any other people. Maybe some of your peers are now working and you're not being yet being unemployed. That can actually cause a lot of anxiety and it can also contribute to social issues with communities whereby they view you as someone who's contributing and nothing to society. This erodes the self-esteem of an individual. These are all a result of social consequences. How society will portray you of not you having a job. Then we look at the economic impacts, whereby you're looking at the economy being at the heart of the issue of causing unemployment. So we're talking about high levels of unemployment have negative consequences for the economy because already the economy will be losing out on tax revenue, where the government relies on income tax for it to fund the government expenditure. So we're talking about reducing consumer spending, then it affect the company's profitability, then they might end up have to reduce the amount of workers that are working in that particular industry. This is in line with all economic impacts that comes as a result of higher levels of unemployment, low tax revenues, and increased demand for social services. Now the country now relies on having to fund more unemployment benefits to care for those who are not going to work. That becomes a huge issue that is increasing government costs. Also, what we call impact on future earnings. So we are trying to say that lengthy periods of unemployment can have a long-lasting impact on an individual future earning potential as well as their career trajectory. Because already you are not unemployed, so in terms of your future earnings, that already affected the idea of you retiring, having acquired a certain amount of wealth. It's all been eroded because you're no longer contributing much to your life. So that's how we look at the impact on future earnings and look at the issue of increased inequality, whereby we're having a lot of people who are actually not working are actually contributing to the overall inequality that is already increasing at a wider gap. So we're talking about unemployment can exacerbate existing social and economic inequalities. Already, we have a divide between the rich and the poor, but we are looking at certain groups, such as the less educated and those in specific industry, may be disproportionately affected. The idea that these people, whereas the one who are less educated, their any potential already is being affected. They are already in the unemployment bracket. So the issue is that you should understand that that increasement of inequality is a huge issue which is contributing to society's problem, whereby these people don't their earning potential is being eroded from them because they're not employed. Because you have to look at the issue of social and economic inequalities that already exist that are being accelerated through unemployment. Then we have a practice exercise that we have, which you have to look at, which says discuss the costs and benefits of unemployment. Then you get your 15 marks. So I'll see you on the next video when you look at the policies or the solution to reducing unemployment. Exciting times. Bye. Then looking at evaluation, we're saying that while there might be isolated cases where unemployment lead to positive outcomes, already we've looked at that, but we are talking about overall society or individual costs make it a significant concern that policymakers aim to address through various economic and social measures. Suppose we need policymakers to continue uh, to have issues such as the individual and societal issues of unemployment being addressed every time whenever they are making any policies, because these measures need to be looked at. But overall, we have to always go back to the reason why the people are being unemployed in the first place. We need to know the cause of that unemployment so that we know how to reduce that type of unemployment, so that we know the negative consequences of having that type of unemployment existing. So we need to be able to look at them, those individual societal causes that are becoming rampant as a result of unemployment, and making sure that policymakers address them through various economic and social measures that are going to make sure that we reduce the overall unemployment in the economy, and having a much more better society whereby people are being able to contribute to the national output of the country.